Guys, welcome. It is another week and another guest, and I'm really excited because this week's guest is one of my absolute best friends, Michelle Schroeder, and she's just, she's one of my best friends. So I'm just lucky because she puts up with me and all of my weird shenanigans, including this. So Michelle, you and I met when it was SpectraSoft, and we were working in user activity monitoring and security forensic software. And that's kind of how we cut our teeth on the whole tech compliance world. And since then, I kind of stayed SaaS and software, and you went more compliance direction and have become sort of an expert in the compliance and safe disposal of material goods and sort of the expert in that space. So I wanted to have you come on because a lot of the MSPs that watch my videos and that access kind of need to know about it, especially because everybody's so remote. And you and I were talking about how you've seen a big uptick in business lately, and I just wanted to invite you on here so that you could kind of talk about what it is that why it's important to shred documents and how you have to handle specific documents, especially from people working remote and at home. So hi, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me. I'm super excited to be here. We work with companies all across the board, and we're literally global. So it doesn't just pertain to, you locally right here. This is a global thing that everyone needs to focus on. We work with companies from literally we pick up from people's houses, and we do programs at people's houses. And then we also work with companies like Bank of America and Homeland Security, so it's a full array of keeping people compliant and keeping everyone's information safe.
That's awesome. So when I guess if somebody's completely new to this whole, even needing to get rid of documentation, because most people are I come from the backup space where everybody wants to save all of the information. Right? So they're trying to say, okay, how do we protect your data? How do we save your data? How do you come back from a disaster? But at some point, some of that data puts you at a liability. So where does the switch happen, and why do they need to even think about this?
Well, I'm kind of the yin to your yang. So you have the online space, data saved on hard drives, things like that. So I come behind you and I do the paper space. So anything that's loose paper, anything that's sitting on your desk, even hard drives. We destroy hard drives all the time.
Why would you destroy a hard drive?
Well, because that's where your most important information is. What a lot of people don't understand is that your printers have a hard drive to them, and it stores everything that you've printed, and it sees everything that you've printed. So if that's not destroyed and someone gets a hold of that, it's got all of your most sensitive information on it. You only need 3 pieces of data to have a data breach. Your name, it could be your address, it could be a phone number, it could be anything. And so that's why the need is so high to have this information protected.
Which totally ties into a video, maybe 2 videos ago, when I had Natasha Boyko on, and we were talking about the data breaches with ID Agent and being able to use that. So it all works together. We're very complementary. I like it. So when somebody's saying, okay, why would I need to get rid of this printer? I have my printer right there with a whole bunch of stuff on it, and my chair that isn't really a chair right now because I'm doing I'm doing crafts, guys. I've now been in my house so long that I'm doing crafts on my chairs. So
we can destroy that too for you. We've done poker chips, we've done Mizuno baseball mitts. We work with Centos and destroy uniforms.
Seriously?
Absolutely. Anything that has company information, personal information that you want to keep secure, we destroy it.
Oh my gosh. I had no idea. I just thought it was paper.
No, it can be anything.
Wow. So, okay. So then why have you seen such an uptick in business since everybody's been going remote, do you think?
Well, I think everyone would probably agree with me if you're working remotely that you've seen a high increase in phishing scams. So there are a lot of scams out there right now. There's a lot of people that have a lot of time on their hands. People are getting desperate, and at desperate times call for desperate measures. And a lot of people are going to be looking to steal your information to be able to make money off of it.
Wow. I didn't even think about that. See, this is why I have smart people come on here, guys, because they like, I mean, I don't think of everything. It's like, I just have resources that have thought of everything.
And you didn't even think about it, but like the piece of junk mail that you get in your mailbox that you just throw out in the trash.
Yeah.
Someone can pick that up and they now have your name, your address. They could possibly even open up credit cards and your information. So it's important that you really focus on destroying every piece of information that has your sensitive information on it.
So what does that mean from a company perspective? So if we've got an MSP that has a doctor's office or a lawyer's office, and a lot of the work now is happening from home or from a remote workspace where it's, essential employees are in the office, but the administrative stuff is at home or wherever, and they're starting to get mail and they're starting to print from home. And is that, from a HIPAA perspective, is that putting people at a liability when they're printing things and saving things and getting mail there? Or what are we kind of looking at as a possible risk that we may not have thought of? And when I say we, I'm really talking we. Like, I had not thought of this, and I'm sure my MSP, clients and audience have not thought of this, because why would they?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, it really pertains to anything. I mean, like we were talking about, from anything that you've printed, even down to a Post-it note. We work with a lot of companies that are like, we're paperless. We don't have any paper. We use the iPad. And you'll see a Post-it note with a patient's name, phone number, and callback, things that would pertain to what they need to talk to them about. And They don't realize that, and they throw that in the garbage. And then that's now a breach of personal information.
Holy cow, that's big.
Yeah. Yeah. And I've actually been in a building, going and talking with a couple clients, and I saw a cleaning crew, and I happened to notice a garbage bag right next to the elevator. And I just walked out of this office, and they're like, no, we're all set. We use a personal shredder. I said, okay, I understand cost, things like that. You love using your shredder. That's totally fine. But it was a strip shredder. And when I walked back out and saw this garbage bag there, I took a picture of it and I showed it to them. I go, is this patient's information something that you guys might want to see? Because it was shredded just perfectly. You could read everything that was on that piece of paper. And even though it was shredded, you can put it right back together, or you could just plain and simple just see it right there.
So what do you guys do that's different then? That's not like, because that when I think of shredding and destroying that type of information, I think of that type of shredding, like just and like it just shreds. So obviously I had that wrong.
You have confetti. You now have confetti.
Okay.
Actually, funny story about the confetti. It's a little bit of a tangent, but funny story. A company actually got in trouble for that. At the Macy's Day Parade, they had their company information shredded, and then when they did the big confetti thing, it had patients' information on it. And they got sued so badly. It's not just from a personal standpoint. Companies, it's not just, I lost this, I'm going to lose this customer, because not only does that impact you financially, but it's now I may have to pay for this customer's credit monitoring. I may have to pay this customer damages, and each piece of information that's finable. So you may be incurring millions of dollars worth of fines. You lose your image, you lose your customers. There's a lot of things that people don't think about with this. It goes a lot deeper than just making big paper small.
Wow. I honestly, I knew that there was an uptick, and I knew that I wanted you on to explain why people are at a liability that we hadn't thought of, but I didn't realize at what extent it went to.
Yeah. And to answer your question, we some of the things that we do differently are, we have two different services. One is our one-time purge service, where we come and we just clean everything out and everything goes at once. And then we have our recurring service, where we leave you a container that's locked. You place all of your information into that, and then people, then we come and service it on a compliance basis, service frequency.
Got it. And guys, the company that she's talking about is Shred-it. I totally didn't say that. I was just excited that it was Michelle on here, and we didn't even say the company that she works for, but Shred-it.
It's easy to remember. Shred-it. Yeah. We shred things.
Right. Or they make things small.
Yeah. And we offer like on-site and off-site. You know, on-site, they shred it right there in the truck. It's really cool. They have this little monitor. You can watch it. You know, that thing will shred anything. It's the little things, guys.
It makes us happy.
Yeah, and then the offsite service is we bring it back to our facility. We have this massive machine in there, and it cross-cuts everything. So you're not just getting that strip shred, you're getting it cut into tiny little pieces. We bale it all up, and the really fun part for me that most people don't think about is we recycle 100% of what we shred. So it's twofold.
Ah, we're green. And it was Earth Day yesterday.
Happy belated Earth Day.
Happy belated Earth Day. Shred green. Awesome. So, okay, so not to take up too much time, but if you are an MSP and you are telling somebody, hey, you know, have you thought of this? How could an MSP make money with you guys? Is there like an affiliate program or a referral or anything like that, or do they resell to this? And then also, how would they get in touch with you guys?
Okay, well, I'll start with the first question. The first question is, how do they, you know, make money off of this, or how do they partner with us? So there's a couple companies that we work with that we have like a mail program. So if you ever go to like your local mail place, or you go to sometimes UPS or FedEx, you'll see a shredding container there. And typically they charge their customers to use their container. So they can make money off of it that way. Now, if you're just an actual standalone business, like if you're a doctor's office, you're a financial institution, those places aren't really going to make a lot of money off of us. But what they are going to do is they are going to save themselves money, because number one, they're going to be more secure, and they're going to cut their losses and be protected, so that they're not losing customers and they're not losing that money that we kind of talked about by putting themselves at risk.
Right.
And the second question is, how do you get in touch with us? We're super easy. We're literally everywhere. I'm here locally in South Florida, and I'm always happy to help. If you have any questions, you can call my personal cell phone, which is 305-775-2108, or you can always email me as well. It's Michelle, Michelle.Schroeder, SCHROEDER, at Stericycle, STERICYCLE.com.
And I'll link that below, guys. If I hear that anybody text messaged her asking her for a date or something, I will lose my mind. Be nice.
Be nice. I'm a nice person, I promise.
Be nice. Geez, being nice here. All right. Well, thank you for joining me on here. I appreciate it. That opened my eyes, and now I'm a little terrified as to what's actually in my house. And I'm gonna do a search, because that's
absolutely. Funny thing is, so everyone laughs at me. They think I'm the crazy recycle lady, but I'm really not. I'm actually keeping their information safe. But I tell people, I'm like, look, if you have anything that you want to have recycled, I go to the office a couple times a week, give it to me. I'm happy to, you know, just put it back there, have the guys take care of it. I'm never going to look at it. But yeah, also too, go to the website, go to shredit.com. It tells you a lot about the programs, and, you know, it can answer a lot of the questions that you might have about security as well.
Awesome. All right, guys, I'll link to that below. This is why I love her, and this is why she's one of my best friends. Michelle, thank you. I will talk to you later. You're amazing.
Thank you so much for having me. It's been great. And you guys all stay safe out there.